but you know where we're diving in now, baby, don't you? Game 1. Let's go. Banner 18. Loading. Let's break it down. Game 1 tonight. Your expectations, my friend.
We have to get it out of the way, though.
What?
Your call for the finals is?
Celtics in 6.
Mine was Mavericks in 6. I'm going Mavericks in 7, but I'll stick with it. I was with Ante Campbell. No. I'm Mavericks in 6.
I
gotta dig my heels in. I'll feel right about it. I feel dirty.
Why?
And I would say Mavericks in 7, but Game 7's in Boston.
Yeah, Kyrie winning in Boston would be. Why Mavs in 6?
So
talk to me.
The way this matches up, the Celtics are the only team. They're going to throw an offense that the Mavs haven't seen yet in this playoff run, which is a 5-out, right?
Okay.
Everyone on the floor can be a threat and shoot. When Porzingis is healthy and a go, and when Al Horford has his legs under him.
I'm with you so far.
More importantly, defensively, what the Celtics bring is you'll see Jaylen Brown on Luka, which is going to be big because how it's been is the offense runs through JB because Jason Tatum gets the opposing team's best defender.
Right.
Jason Tatum likely gets PJ Washington. So they'll run the offense through Jaylen Brown, who has what? Derek Jones in front of him, maybe Derek Lively, who can match him on the perimeter. But then it comes into the threats of what Derek White does, everything right, Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis, right? So it would likely be Jaylen Brown on Luka, and everything's going to be switched. Obviously, Luka's going to find his space. All right, is it a D. White who's strong? Is it a Drew that gets switched onto him who's even stronger and stout like a Lou Dort? That's a tough matchup for Luka. But this isn't TJ McConnell and Aaron Nemhard. This isn't Karis LeVert when he was playing in Darius Garland. This isn't Tyler Hero and Caleb Martin. It's Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. And for the question of how healthy is Derek Lively, he gets back into Game 5 and plays 25 minutes. Maxi Kleber comes back from that shoulder injury he had from the Clippers and brings back range, shooting, defensive play, size, right? Gafford, it's a team that's hot at the right time with the Derek Jones Jr., with the PJ Washington, who could both defend on the perimeter. And a Kyrie Irving he'll keep deflecting from what he was during his time in Boston, but takes that brunt. Like, I'll go in, I'll be the villain. You go be Luka. But Luka relishes and being the guy to go into a garden and silence the crowd, right? Mm-hmm. What did he do Game 5 against Minnesota? Came out in the first quarter and said, I am going to snatch your heart out of your chest. First 2 shots, 30-foot threes. Mm-hmm. Goes in mid-range, doesn't care to go to the basket. Next shot, beyond the logo, 3 hits. But still gives a ball up to his guys and gets them hot. Luka's been playing in these moments since he was a young teenager against 30, 35-year-old men.
Stage isn't too big.
In Europe, 60, 65-game seasons he was playing in. Exactly. Been to the Western Conference Finals and fell. But everything's come right. And I've told you this on the pod. Tell me yes or no if I've said this before. You know what, Trav? You know what I watch for in Celtics opponents? If they're a top 3, top 5 team on both ends of the floor. I always say, right?
Yep.
And those are the teams that give trouble to the Celtics.
Right.
And as we said in the beginning, Joe Mazzulla matters here. Kristaps Porzingis matters here. And this will go into my Game 1 pick. I don't know if you get KP for a 6-7 game series. And I'm not saying I don't think he's going to be 100%.
You never believed in it.
This is Kristaps Porzingis, his first game back in the finals, first game in 37 days. And leading up to this, he goes, so a few days helps me out. Wait, what? I thought you were good to come back Game 4 against the Pacers, Game 5 if needed, right? You still need time to get back. And the demand on his body at 7'3", what he does on both ends of the floor. A, to be a spacer, draw Gafford, draw Lively to the perimeter, get those rim runners away, get those shot blockers away.
Get them out of there.
Open up the paint for Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And then on the other end, defensively, disrupt the lob threat that Lively and Gafford provide on this offense, who Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns had trouble with. Whatever your opinion is on Gobert, that's a 4-time depoy, right?
Right.
A lot rest, and that's why I say Mavericks in 6. I am skeptic of Kristaps Porzingis. It matters who's healthy right now. Luka's knee has gotten better, but what is big, he had trouble against Dort and the Thunder. Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown matched that. And I have to be completely honest, Luka's got that dog in him.
Yeah, he does.
He is a killer.
Yeah,
He's been hitting game winners well before this postseason, since he came in as a rookie.
He's been a killer.
Who's got the biggest dog in this matchup? Mavericks. Late in the game, and I said it. This isn't the Pacers. This isn't the Cavaliers. It's the Dallas Mavericks who are top 3 both ends of the floor. Luka scares the hell out of me because it's going to come down to last 5 minutes, last 2 minutes in a game. Who do I want taking a shot? It's Luka Doncic. It's not Jason Tatum settling. Play like you're 6'9", JT. If he does, goes to the rim, attacks, uses size, uses strength, Celtics win.
Okay.
I believe in the best player in this series. And the Celtics, I'll say it too at the end. They have 5 of the 7 best players in the series.
Right.
They have 2 of the top 4. Kyrie's a 4th best player. JB's better than Kyrie. But
They don't
it's
have one.
Luka.
Right. All right.
Right. And I said all that. It sounds like Celtics in 6, right?
No.
Celtics in 7 with my point.
No, I mean, look,
It's just this is a good Mavericks team and hot at the right time. Beat 3 50-win teams.
your whole
Done.
your whole monologue there. I was looking for where we disconnected, and I only wrote down 2 names. Let's start with Kristaps Porzingis. I mean, listen, I think he is going to be just fine. I think game 1 certainly could be
Knock rust
a little
off.
sketch. Yeah, he may even be on a minutes restriction, or we'll see. But I think as the series goes on, I do believe his health will not only hold up, but like any other injury. I mean, hell, my old ass, I just got better with a terrible ankle, right? I went on a run last week,
Proud of
and
you.
mentally,
Hey,
I
man.
was a mess. I'm back, baby.
Cardio.
I was a mess, right? Mentally. But physically, I held up just fine.
All right, nice.
So I think there's some of that for all of us. When you come back from any type of ailment, mentally, you're like, oh, how's this going to go? Is this going to hold up? So I could see game 1, maybe he's not fully himself. But I do believe he will be healthy as the series goes on, and he will get stronger as the series goes on. It's just a disconnect between us. These things happen. Here's another thing I wrote down. P.J. Washington. You said you have respect for him as a defender on the perimeter. I do as well, except for I do not believe P.J. Washington can hold Jason Tatum's locker room towels. Like, he is going to be barbecue chicken with a side of ranch and an orange soda. Like, if Jason Tatum actually comes out and performs like all of us are waiting for him to do in the finals, I believe he is going to absolutely smoke P.J. Washington, and he could very well end up being the finals MVP. He's odds-on favorite to win that, by the way. So I think Jason Tatum is going to destroy P.J. Washington. It's a disconnect between us as well. But those are 2 pretty big things because you're predicated on, and to your credit, you always said when Porzingis went down in the postseason, you said then you knew you couldn't trust him, A. B, I don't believe he's going to come back 100% for the rest of the postseason.
I said get him healthy to the finals.
You've stuck
he
with
couldn't
that.
make it past the first round.
You stuck with that. So you could be right. But I believe he's going to be just fine. And then I do not think P.J. Washington is going to be a problem for Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum's biggest problem could be his damn self.
Boom.
Right?
That is it. And it sounds so cliche to say, but it's like when the lights are bright.
Yeah.
Man, game 1 against the Pacers. Right? What do you do? Catch that rebound under the rim. You are one of the strongest guys in the league at your size and as a forward. Go up with 2 hands. At worst, you get fouled. He did not want the ball.
No, he didn't.
Jaylen Brown wanted it,
Yes,
right?
he did. He always does.
JB gives me hope. But to the point of Porzingis has missed 73 games the last 3 seasons, regular season, 10 games this postseason. Never been past the Western Conference, the first round in the Western Conference.
Right.
The NBA Finals are different, obviously physically, obviously mentally, obviously emotionally. You're going to have this guy drop in his first game in 37 days in the NBA Finals. Someone that's always injured, often injured, against a team of bigs like Lively, like Gafford. Washington will get down there and play. He doesn't care, right? Kleba's back. Dude, Luka won't care. He's 6'7", 240. You think he cares about Porzingis? No. He'll bring it to him too. That's a lot, and they're going to test him and they're going to target him. That's a lot on one leg for a 7'3" athlete that you demand so much on both ends of the floor.
Yeah.